So we will see the basic revision of the cloud computing as you are having your university exam starting most probably by 15 to 20 of April, and it will be on the MCQ online basis. That's why we have decided to take the revision of the your same three subjects as allotted by the timetable. I have been given the cloud computing responsibility. So we will start. We are currently seeing that up to in the last week also we have discussed this cloud computing revision, and this week also we are going to discuss. So basically, what's a cloud computing? It's a network-based computing that took place over the internet. Okay, means the internet is the backbone of the cloud computing, and it utilizes some of the resources from the network terminology. Like there might be the some resources available offsite. That is the one kind of that. The basically the step on from the utility computing, that was the basic of the cloud computing. Then the collection and the group of integrated and network hardware, software, and internet infrastructure that is called as a platform, like the network resources, memory resources, and storage resources. And using the internet for the communication and transport, that is nothing but all together is termed as a cloud computing. This platform hides the complexity and details of the underlying infrastructure from the user by providing the very simple graphical interface or API. Okay, that's the data abstraction, means whatever the technical complexities are there, they have been hidden from the user. The unnecessary details have been hidden from the user. That's the cloud computing, an umbrella term used to refer the internet-based development and services. Whatever the cloud, whatever happening on the internet, it is term under the cloud computing. Whatever kind of a computing happen, then the number of characteristics define the cloud data applications and infrastructure. They will be like this. We will That's a remotely hosted services or data are hosted on the remote infrastructure, that is called as a data center. Then ubiquitous, that's the services and data are available from anywhere, means you can access them from anywhere at any time. That's a 24 by 7 availability of the any kind of resource. Then the commodified, means the result is utility computing model similar to the traditional that of the traditional utilities like gas, electricity. You pay for you what you would want. Okay, means pay per use, that's the concept under the क्लाउड कंप्यूटिंग. जितने रिसोर्सेस आपको चाहिए उतने के लिए आप पे करेंगे, और जितने टाइम के लिए आपने यूज किया है उतने ही टाइम के लिए आप पे करेंगे. दैट इज नथिंग बट द क्लाउड कंप्यूटिंग समरी फॉर यू. This is the basic diagram representation of the cloud architecture. See, there are some service value nets, then the underlying, that's a platform as a service, and then the infrastructure as a service. Number of resources like servers are there, then IT services are there, some of the network or business services are there, community services are there, and that all together commodified as a cloud architecture. Now, this is the cloud computing, that's a sheer pool of configurable computing resources. Then on-demand network access is possible under the cloud computing. Then provisioned by the service provider, that's the one kind of cloud computing service. That is the computer network. Then you can see the servers are there. You can see the storage databases, mean the storage resources are there, and moreover you can use the application over the cloud computing. These all together have the cloud computer architecture, that's the computer network, then the servers, and then the storage devices, that's a database, and the application all together have the shared pool of configuration computing resources, and that is nothing but the cloud computing. Now these are the some of the characteristics of the cloud computing. The common characteristics are like the massive scale. It's been used for the big data like purpose. That's why it should have a massive scale. Homogeneity is there. Homogeneity means whatever kind of the data you wish to store, it will be get stored. That's a homogeneity. Virtualization means whatever the resources are there, they can be they can be produced in a multiplied way. That's a virtualization technique. We have discussed the virtualization in last some of the session. Then low cost software, it's of course because you don't have to worry about as a user or as a client of the cloud computing or CSP cloud service provider, you don't have to worry about the repair and maintenance or capital investment in the hardware underlying network resources, etc. Resilience computing, obviously it is available on real-time basis. Then geographic distribution is possible. You can bar any particular access from any particular IP address or any geographical area. That's a geographical distribution. Then service orientation is possible. Of course, service orientation means for what kind of service your cloud computing resources should be get available on maximized way or on the minimized way as per requirement. That is a service orientation. Then the advanced security. Cloud security is the most discussed arena of current year. Okay, means whatever now in this pandemic also we are operating online. The everything we are operating online is uses the cloud computing, and that's why the advanced security features are the some of the major characteristics of the any cloud computing service. That is one point. Then essential characteristics like on-demand self-service should be there. Then broad network access should be there. On-demand means as and when required, your whatever the resources under the cloud computing, they should be available. Broad network access means the bandwidth of the internet should be the high. Then the rapid elasticity, that is in the last session we have discussed, that is scale in and scale out purpose. And then the resource pooling, that is nothing but the wherever required which kind of resource that will be available or that will be made available in a maximized way, and wherever the any kind of resource is not required, that will be get minimized. That is called as a resource pooling. And these are some of the common and essential characteristics of the cloud computing. At the MCQ you are going to ask this question again and again, so please be prepared on this way. The last, that is a measured service, that is nothing but the paper use. Major means what? Whatever you are going to use, whatever time you are going to use, that will be utilized or that will be done. Okay, and as per that billing will be done. That is nothing but the cloud computing characteristics common, and you can say the essential one. Now we will see what kind of service models are there under the cloud computing. Now these are the some kind of service model, like the infrastructure as a service. That's a basic one, means whatever the underlying infrastructure that will be made available to the service, that it will made available to the user, that is the infrastructure as a service. Then secondly, for like there are the examples like Amazon Web Services or Rackplace hosting. These are the some kind of the IaaS, that's the information as a service. Then the platform as a service like a Google App Engine, then Windows Azure. These are the example of the platform as a service wherein there are cloud infrastructure plus the deployed customer created applications are also there. That is the platform as a service. And the last and the most significant under the cloud computing, that is a software as a service. That is a software as a service. For example, the Salesforce CRM, Lotus Live. You can see that there are the first the internet infra as a service that will be at the bottom. Above to it there will be the platform as a service, and above to it there will be the software as a service, wherein the providers applications are there. Okay, these are the some kind of the service model. Then the SaaS maturity model we will discuss. These are the some of the levels of the SaaS. That the very first level, that's a service as a software as a service, is a ad hoc customer, one instance per customer, then configurable per customer, then configurable multi-tenant is also possible. That's a level 3, and a level 4, that is scalable, configurable, and multi-tenant efficient. Means number of clientele are possible, load balancer is also there, and number of instances of the underlying hardware, network, and memory resources, that's a storage resources, are possible. That is a SaaS maturity model for you. Then the different kind of cloud computing layers are like the SaaS application services, that's a MS Live like or MS for IBM, then Salesforce, Zoho, Cisco, they use the application service SaaS. Then application platform like the Google App Engine, Mozo, AWS, Heroku, these are engineered. Facebook, they use the application platform. Then the server platform, It's been used by the GoGrid or RedScale like application, and Amazon, Dell, and Apple use the storage platform. Okay, you might have heard the concept of the Microsoft 365 or some of the like the Google apps, or wherein you need not to install anything, you will get directly access of that applications from the website. Then cloud computing service layers are there. Application, some of them are the application focus and some of them are the infrastructure focus. Services like the services, application and development are the application focus, and the platform storage and hosting are the infrastructure focus. The description is given for your reference. That's what kind of the service and their particular references or description is given. Please mark your attendance. So these are the some of the basic cloud characteristics that no need to means whatever the unnecessary details they are being hidden from the clientele or the end user, whatever necessary to him or her that only been shown. Then the flexibility and elasticity allows these systems to scale up and scale down at their own will, utilizing the resources of all kind like the CPU, storage, server capacity, load balancing, and databases. Pay as much as use needed. Okay, जितना आप पे करते यूज करते उतने आपको पे करने हैं. That's nothing but the always on, anywhere and any place, pay per use type of network based computing, and it is termed as a cloud computing. Again, some of the basic cloud characteristics that the cloud are transparent to users application. They can be built in multiple ways: branded product, proprietary open source hardware or software, or just off the shelf pieces like you can say the client server technology. Again, a basic kind of the cloud computing. In general, they are built on the cluster of PC server and off the shelf component plus the open source software combined with in-house application and or system software that all together is termed as a cloud computing network. So these are the software three service model we have discussed. That's the software as a service, then platform as a service, and infrastructure as a service. We'll see the what do you mean by the software as a service, that where an application is hosted as a service provided to customer across the internet. Means whatever the software is there that is been hosted on the cloud itself and it is provided to the user or client. That is software as a service. Then the it says elevates the burden of software maintenance because there is no need of the software maintenance because it is been done by the software cloud service provider only, and it is maintained or developed at the offsite location of the data center. The term used in this sphere include the platform and infrastructure as a service. Software as a service is a major. Then the virtual workspaces means an abstraction of an execution environment that can be made dynamically available to the authorized client by using the well-defined protocol that is nothing but the virtual workspace like the resource quota, memory share, etc. or software configuration is required for that purpose. Implemented on virtual machine, that's a VM for you. There's a VM underlying virtualized stack is there, then the hardware hypervisor is in between along with the VM. That's a app and OS, that is nothing but the VM for you. And VM is a virtual machine, and so it should provide the infrastructure API and plugins to hardware and support execution. That's a VM technology allows the multiple virtual machines to run on the single physical machine. Means whatever the underlying hardware is there, it might be a limited one, but it VM means the virtual machine allows the user to see that the multiple virtual machines can run on the single physical machine. Like here, given that the Linux, NS, NetBSD or Windows, they are running on the same hardware using the virtual machine or hypervisor, and VMM, that is nothing but the virtual machine monitor. That's the performance is very close to raw physical performance. That's the paravirtualization. Now again, we will see the some of the purposes means what, why the cloud computing is there. What is the benefit of the cloud computing? The cloud computing enables the companies and applications which are system infrastructure dependent to be the infrastructure less. That is the first benefit, that you no need to worry about the infrastructure and its related capital costs and even the repair maintenance costs also. By using the cloud computing infrastructure on pay as use on demand, all of us can save in capital and operational investment. That is a capital and operational investment. That's a repair and maintenance like cost can be saved, and clients can put their data on the platform instead of their own desktop PC or on their own server. That there will be the less requirement of the memory as such or storage devices as such, and they can put their application on the cloud and use the server within the cloud to do processing and manipulation. Means whatever they will do, that will be the online, and they will just follow the online protocol and data updation or processing shall be done. These are the some of the benefits or the purpose of the cloud computing. So what do you mean by the cloud sourcing? Cloud sourcing means what? It use the high scale and low scope provider means where from where the cloud will get source. Anytime, any place access via the web browser is given. Then the rapid scalability, where wherever required scaling scale out is it can be done. That's a rapid scalability and incremental cost load sharing will be done, and can forget need to focus on the local IT. That's with respect to the client means client will get freed from the local repair and maintenance, and everything will be on cloud. So it will be more reliable thing to do. That's a cloud sourcing and cloud computing. Then the concern against this are the performance and reliability and service level agreement SLA. That's a service level agreement. Then control of data, service parameter, application features and choices, interaction between the cloud providers and like the no APIs, no standard APIs there for the any cloud provider, and privacy, security and compliance trust. These are some of the concern areas for the cloud computing. Now, these are the some of the CSPs offered commercially, means on the cost basis. Like Amazon is there, Engineered, Moscow, Giant, Beehive. These all are the cloud service providers. Again, the cloud taxonomy for you. These all PPTs and PDFs are already available on your Google Classroom. Please visit and take the benefit of the every study material available online on that Google Classroom for any subject. That's a cloud storage. That EC2 like Amazon use the Elastic Compute Cloud. That's a EC2 and simple storage S3. That's a simple storage solution are well-known examples of the mechanical turk, like examples of the Amazon Elastic Cloud. Then the unlimited storage, it's at the very unlimited storage. Only 0.20 per gigabyte of the data transfer fee for what you use. 0.20 per gigabyte of the data transfer is been charge 0.15 per dollar, $0.15 per gigabyte month for the storage use, and second life update like the 24 hours. These are the some of the utility computing with respect to the EC2. That's the Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud. Then powerful by the Zen, what can be done? Linux, Windows, even Open Solaris uses the cloud computing nowadays. It has means all will have the management console and the APIs. This is a basic. That's a load your image in S3, register it, boot your image from the web storage, open up required ports like that. Things will be executed, and then at the last execute your application. These are the cloud security parameter you can understand. Opportunities and challenges in the cloud computing are the use of cloud providers provide the use of cloud provides a number of opportunities that enable services to be used without any understanding of their infrastructure. And there is no need to understand the pros and cons or major and minor repair maintenance points of the any kind of infrastructure, network, memory or storage resource. Then cloud computing works using the economies of the scale is whatever potentially lower outlay expense for the startup company as they would no longer need to buy their own software and servers. I mean there will be less investment required with the capital investment required with request to reference to the ICT. Cost would be given on demand pricing. Then vendors and service providers can claim costs. And last, that so data services are stored remotely but accessible from the anywhere. डेटा सेंटर के ऊपर वो स्टोर होते हैं जो भी रिसोर्सेस है आपका डेटा है बट दे विल बी एक्सेसिबल फ्रॉम एनीवेयर at any time 24/7 basis. These are the opportunities and challenges continued in parallel. There has been a backlash against the cloud computing. Use of cloud computing means the dependence on others, and that could possibility limit the flexibility. That's one kind of challenge for an innovation, limiting flexibility and innovation. That is one kind of challenge for the cloud computing. The others are likely to become bigger internet companies like Google, IBM, who may monopolize the market. Some argue that this use of supercomputers is a return to the time of the mainframe computing. That's a passive reaction against. Means it's like a history repeating. Then the security could prove to be a big issue. And there are also some issues related to the policy and access. Then the lower computer costs are there due to the cloud computing. There is no need to invest capitally in the any kind of ICT. So a very less investment will be required with respect to the ICT and that result into the lower computer cost. Then improved performance, that's the advantage that the with few large program hogging your computer's memory will see the better performance from your PC because now if you are using the software as a service, then no need to install any big program application like ERP on your local PC. That's why your local PC will be the fast one now. And the computers in the cloud computing system boot and run faster because they have fewer programs and processes loaded into the memory. That's a true thing as discussed. Then the reduced software cost, obviously per PC आपको कोई भी software लेना नहीं पड़ेगा. That's why there will be the reduced software cost and the better than paying for the similar commercial software. You can go for the open source software also. Instant software updates are available under the cloud computing. Improved document format compatibility is there. Then unlimited storage and capacity is available for any user under the cloud computing. Increased data reliability is there. Universal document access is there. Latest version availability we can make available the latest version by using the backup and storage utility or under the cloud computing. Easier group collaboration is possible. Device independence can be achieved. I'm not taking into the depth of that every point because you have been already complied with the syllabus. This is just a one kind of revision which is being made available to you for the your theory examination. Okay, that's why I'm not taking into the depth of any particular concept, assuming that you have read out it. If not, I will request that please read out them. Then it required a constant internet connection. That is one of the disadvantage that without internet connection, cloud computing cannot be held, cannot be executed, cannot be compiled, cannot be developed, whatever. Okay, means the backbone of the any cloud computing is the your internet access or internet bandwidth, internet system. It does not work well with the low speed connection. Obviously, अगर आप big data के लिए cloud computing use कर रहे हैं, then using low connection we are not possible to access any kind of data which are stored on the data center, CSP data center cloud computing technique. Obviously, features might be limited. That depends on what kind of service model you are choosing, whether it is a platform as a service, infra as a service, or software as a service. That depending on that, there will be the limitations on the features. Infra as a service has a very stringent limitation. Platform as a service don't have that much stringent. Whereas software as a service is the best one service module under the cloud computing. It can be slow, obviously, it will can be slow due to the number of resources which are being shared. Stored data might not be secure. That depends on the how network your cloud is secure. That we are going to see under the topic of the cloud security. We have seen that. Then unauthorized user problem is also there. Stored data can be lost. That is also there. Then HPC system. That's a you can say non-compute intensive application that use the MPI, Open API. And as you want all the VM to be co-located to minimize the computation latency. Then the general concern are like this given, there's a Amazon and the example of the Amazon is given. So what is the future of cloud computing? Obviously, it's a very futuristic cloud ICT technology. So the many kind of the activity loosely grouped together under the cloud computing have already been happening and centralized. We are using nowadays cloud computing almost everywhere. Cloud computing, we have discussed grid, cluster, and cloud, their comparison with each other during the last sessions. Just recall them. So that is something with respect to the cloud computing. Now in the next session, we will discuss what do we mean by the software platform and infrastructure as a service. I will request to please mark your attendance. Vivek, Tejas, please mark your attendance. I will wait for you for 2 minutes to mark your attendance.
Chatbot chat box disable, sir.
Okay. Let me open it. I just got that idea that it's been disabled. Wait, go to the setting. Let me go to the setting. मी अनेबल केला आहे देन ऑल्सो इट्स बिन डिसेबल आताही डिसेबल आहे ओके तुमची मी अटेंडन्स लावतोय पण विवेक पाटील आणि तेजस वाघ ओके मी दोघांची अटेंडन्स लावतोय डोंट वरी बट let me see that how why it been disabled. Okay, don't worry, your attendance is marked. At the next session, we will discuss these three technologies. I will request again and again to please study hard. Don't go on any kind of rumor that university exam will get postponed. Okay, it's a kind request to all of you that please do not give heed to the any kind of rumor. Yeah, the university exam postponed will. That's why it will be taken in the month of May like that. Till today, though your timetable is not displayed, but definitely they are going to have the examination of part 2, that's the second year and third year. For first year, it has been already declared by the month of May end. So please be assured that your exam will be there. It will be online. 50 online MCQs will be there per 1 hour. So please study hard accordingly. Thank you all. I have marked your attendance. Don't worry. Let me conclude the session.